Androscoggin Bank's MainStreet Foundation is focused on helping at-risk youth in Maine. Our 25K for Kids Award is even more focused on the 3 essentials of life: food, shelter, and security. We awarded the first ever 25K for Kids grant last year to the Good Shepherd Food Bank's Backpack Program, allowing the Lewiston and Auburn school systems to send hundreds more kids home on weekends with food for themselves and their families. For the 2014 award, we are once again seeking to make a big difference in the lives of at-risk kids in Maine. We received and reviewed grant applications from more than 15 worthy organizations. With food, shelter, and security as our focus, we narrowed the applicants down to 3 exceptional finalists. The first of our 3 finalists is My Place Teen Center in Westbrook, a year-round after-school program that has supported 500 kids and served 17,000 meals in 2014 alone. My Place is making a big difference in the lives of Greater Portland's most at-risk kids, and the need is on the rise. The second finalist is New Beginnings, the only emergency youth shelter in the state of Maine. Serious family conflict is the primary reason that kids go to New Beginnings. New Beginnings is seeking to expand its family mediation project to help support family stability and prevent youth homelessness. The third finalist is Androscoggin Children's Advocacy Center, or ACAC, which is a child-focused center that promotes the healing of victims of sexual abuse. ACAC is a place where children who have been abused can be interviewed by a specially trained forensic interviewer in a secure, child-friendly environment. Their work makes a huge difference in the lives of abused kids, both during the investigation and any subsequent legal action. When we heard that ACAC has already interviewed 205 kids this year, with only 1 interviewer covering 3 counties, we were moved to help. We want to make sure these child victims have the support and security they need to recover and thrive. MainStreet Foundation proudly awards its 25K for Kids grant in 2014 to Androscoggin Children's Advocacy Center. Let Carrie Myrick, the sole forensic interviewer and project manager, share how critical the need is for their work in Maine.
Quite often what you see is if a child makes a disclosure about abuse or neglect at school, that child will first tell the teacher, and then the teacher will then bring in the principal. And then the principal will then hear the information and bring in the guidance counselor. Then the guidance counselor will call DHS, and then DHS may call law enforcement. So if you have a child who's reporting abuse or neglect, they are being interviewed sometimes upwards of 5 or 10 or 15 times. What you see in that point is that how children process time and memory changes quite a bit. So if a child has been spoken to 5 or 6 times, and if their information changed just slightly, what they were told at that point was, well, they're not credible, their stories changed. So many times kids stayed in their house where they may have been abused or in abusive situations and nothing happened. We work with children ages 3 to 18 who have been abused. 95% of the kids we see have experienced sexual violence. The other 5% have witnessed murder or violent crime or sustained a severe physical injury. What happens at our center is as I described, a referral comes to me. I'm the coordinator and the forensic interviewer, and I will coordinate the agencies, law enforcement, DHS, to all come together. So the child will be interviewed in one room by myself, and in another room, watching on a closed-circuit television, are the other people who have to be party to the investigation. So that child is really being interviewed once by a professional who knows forensic interviewing and gives the opportunity for law enforcement, for DHS, for anybody else who has to know about the investigation or the abuse to watch from a different room. So that child is really only meeting one new person, reducing the trauma. We know duplicative interviews are very traumatic for kids if they have to relive it over and over again. So this is a reduction.
The 25K for Kids grant will make a difference in the lives of many children across Androscoggin, Oxford, and Franklin counties. With more training and an additional forensic interviewer, ACAC can reach more child victims. These funds will also have a ripple effect by providing abused kids with medical, psychological, and emotional support. Their long-term protection and security is just as important, which is why ACAC also provides support and resources to non-offending parents and caregivers. By helping more kids, ACAC's work will make a big impact now and in the future. We applaud the work that each finalist is doing to make a difference for at-risk kids in Maine. It is our honor to congratulate Androscoggin Children's Advocacy Center on receiving the MainStreet Foundation's 25K for Kids annual grant. Learn more about ACAC at www.acacme.org.
Ripple in still water.